Wow. Get in there. Get. Dude, that is satisfying. That's like some ASMR stuff. He's cooking on the job.
We bring chicken.
What is going on, Cuffaro? Welcome back to yet another video. And let me tell you, today, oh my goodness, we're building another pond. Can you believe it? This pond is something unique. It's something we've definitely never done before. Half in the ground, actually less out of the ground than in the ground, if that makes sense. This morning, they got to digging when they first arrived. We filmed a lot of that. So this right here is what we're rocking with so far. It is quite deep. It doesn't look like it, but watch. Oh, it's down here. Quite large, to be honest, too. And now keep in mind, it's not only about 3 feet. I think they did 3 feet, but it's then another 2 feet up here as well. And I'm filming with the GoPro. Every once in a while, I like whipping the GoPro out. The side yard, we put a lot of dirt. Any low spots in the yard, we've kind of used the dirt. It's the side yard. We're building a pool anyway this month, so it's gonna destroy the grass, so none of this really matters. But the goats got a bunch of palm fronds and they're loving life right now. Get in there. Get. They do listen, I'll tell you that. And we've added a lot of dirt into these enclosures as well. Any low spots, as you can see, I needed a lot of dirt right here, so having this dirt from this pond build, it really did help out on the farm a lot. See, Mango's sleeping right now, Lady May. There's a lot of dirt right here on their low spots as well. There we go. Boom! And the yard comes together one step at a time. One step at a time. I'm telling you what, I can't even imagine what this place is gonna look like a year from now. This pond, I believe no window is the smartest option because the algae would be so bad on that window being outside. Although we're gonna do a shade cover, it would just be misery to keep that thing clean. So no window on this, but we are gonna do 2 feet up, which will give this thing quite the look. It'll definitely be unlike any pond we've ever built, which we try to switch it up every single time. What are you curious what it was? Hector just pulled up with all of the goods. Hector, did you film at Home Depot?
Yep.
I gave Hector the GoPro to go to Home Depot. I'm editing and working on other videos that you probably watched before this. These cats are starting to bring us all the treats now. There's not only one, but there is actually, gotta grab this one too. That's a good cat. Yeah, head nog. They're doing their job, that's for sure. I haven't had a single bit of rat poop in the entire farm pretty much ever since I put the cats outside. Best thing I've ever done was grow those little kittens. Lots of 2x4s, lots of plywood, and lots of work to get done. Now that we're back to present moment, they're back with all the materials. As you can see, everything is behind me on the ground, lots of wood. The hole's pretty much dug. I've now whipped out the main camera. What were you doing in there, Garfield? I whipped out the main camera now to get some footage. As you can see, we're about 2.5 feet down inside here, maybe 3 feet. We're gonna go 2 feet up, and then we'll do exterior wall, whether that's rock or wood or whatever the heck we end up doing. That's essentially how this pond's gonna be built. And this pond right here is for all of the monsters inside this freshwater pond inside. There's not a lot of circulation in this pond. As you can see, there's some muck that sits at the bottom. Now I have a pond vacuum, but since we're moving these fish soon, I'm not gonna go and get in all here. We're emptying this out. The peacock and the iridescent shark and the platinums. We got the regular red tails as well. This is all going to change very soon. Once that pond's done, all these fish are gonna be taken out of here, moved into there. This is gonna be repainted a nice blue, paint sharks or something on it. And this is where we're gonna keep sharks. Blacktip sharks, nurse sharks, whatever it is, this is all gonna be salt. This will be salt water. And outside will be fresh. And I think, personally, in my opinion at least, I've kept fish for a long time now. These species in particular, the big pacu, they like outside better. And they've always done better for me being outside. Right, Beast? You're a big boy. So this is going to be salt water with sharks in it at some point in this year. I say year, it's probably in the next couple weeks, months. That's the purpose of this pond right here. You see some PVCs, we're gonna reroute those around. It was a random little build, and I decided, let's just do it. You're gonna get to watch from the beginning all the way to when there's a whole frame around this thing, and the pond's pretty much done. In today's video, we installed this light here too, this giant light. It is actually so deadly at night, check it out. Wow. No fellas, it is not 10 in the morning. It's actually 10 p.m. Yesterday, Hector was here and he installed this light. And there's a lot of bugs around it, right? Well, that then brings in the animals. You can see right here is a tree frog waiting for a bug to land. Oh, there's another one. He's right there. He just jumped up right there. There's his feet. Look at all the bugs on the leaves. They're loving life right now. But the whole backyard looks like daytime. It looks like daytime, so I gotta figure out a way how to turn this off. It doesn't have a remote. I hope the neighbors don't like think it's, I don't know. Very bright. I just thought I'd share how absolutely insanely bright that is. Just blew my mind, and I immediately grabbed my camera. Right now the boys are cooking up some food for lunch. I actually have to go to a meeting, so I won't be back for a couple hours. So Hector will be here cranking on the pond for the next few hours, and then I'll be back. Update on the pond here, folks. We've got this thing looking like a real deal pond now. The plywood goes all the way down until it's pretty much just dirt. What the goal is here is the liner is just gonna sit like this and go straight down all the way to the ground. It's actually really big, as you can see. 2 grown men inside this thing look small. So the fish are gonna love it out here in the natural light. We're gonna put like a nice shade cover over too, like I had mentioned, but this thing is looking good and it's massive. I've been extremely busy the last couple of days. There are meetings and filming the saltwater stuff in there, so I haven't really been here to see a lot of this get built, but this pond is coming along quick. I think what we have to do now, once the inside plywood is done, is do rock on the outside. We don't want to do wood because it's outside. What are you thinking, Hector?
Man, we almost done.
Yeah?
Looks really good.
It looks really, really good. Yeah. Just as we planned.
We're ready for the water tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah, man.
If the liner shows up in time. And the pigs are loving the new dirt. As you can see, we added a lot of new dirt and they love it. You can see the little marks that they make. Look at them rooting. They're literally rooting it up. And the wood is on. The pond is looking like a pond now, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now we could simply just put the rock wall on and we're good to go. This is one of the coolest ponds ever. It's literally half underground and only 2 feet out of the ground. I could say it 10 times just because it is so unique. Now they only put a couple screws in this wood right here because of course once the liner and underlayment, I already received the underlayment, that once the liner arrives as well, then we could take this off, throw the liner in there, and put it back on. This pond specifically, since there's like these corners and possibly some sharp pieces of this plywood, we got underlayment, but it's like essentially like a blanket that goes under the liner to keep it from piercing the liner. And it's the morning. It is actually freezing cold outside right now. It's about 50 degrees. Some of you watching are laughing at me when I said 50 degrees. It's cold. Florida, that's cold. That sun feels so good. The game plan is to do the rock wall on the outside of the pond. The inside of the pond, on Sunday we had a lot of rain, so it is completely filled up. We'll have to get that drained out. Pond essentially is done other than the rock wall on the outside. And the rock wall on the outside is really gonna tie the whole thing together, so I consider it being done once that's done. And then we're gonna paint this top piece black. Now originally I had 2 different stones I was working with. The all black and the one we ended up actually choosing. These are the 2 options I had. And I picked the one on this side because all black would have looked really nice, but I figured if the top piece, the trim of the pond, this piece of wood right here, if that's gonna be black, I wouldn't want the whole wall to be black as well. So what we did was, instead of making the mistake like we made in the front pond where I bought white rock and then it got stained from being outside, this time the rock that we ended up picking does have a little bit of white, but we bought sealant for it. So not only do we have the dew rock, which can get wet, but the rock that we got is going to be sealed as well. So we shouldn't have any problems with decoloring. I feel like that was so much to intake, but it makes sense, right? Let's see it officially. Yeah, that looks sick. And the reason why I picked this color specifically and not the black, here's another reason, is because the pool that we're building right here is blue and white stone, and this has black and white with that blue tint.
And little gray.
It's got like that gray blue tint, which will match the pool better than the all black will. And that's what it's gonna look like.
You have black, gray, white.
Yep.
And black.
Much, much better. And we got sealant, right? Put all that around it. Boom. Geesh, imagine I can lock down a sponsor with this company. How many times have I bought their rock wall? My goodness. Hey, Rock Ridge, you're expensive. Please sponsor me. Oh yeah, that stuff. Instead of liquid nail, we're using
outside, so we have to use
that. If anyone's curious, that's what we're using to, then we mix it with water, and then it comes over here, and it looks like this. Same thing we did in the front pond, and now this is where we begin our rock wall. You see how the goats sit? They're in the sun, and they have their tail tucked, and they just bask. That's how you know they're loving that sun. They're like, thank goodness it's out. Boots, you guys wouldn't survive a day in the friggin' winter. Anywhere else but Florida. Dude, that is satisfying. That's like some ASMR stuff. You think that's easier than liquid nail too?
I think it's almost the same time.
Well, it looks really satisfying. That's for sure. The very first rock. Boom. Now the game plan is, as you can see what Hector's doing, is we're overlapping the front here so that the other one will sit like this and be even. Boom. And now we just keep cranking down the wall, going as fast as we possibly can. So this right here is what we're looking like so far, fellas. It looks so good. Around the corner. Oh yeah. And now we obviously bought enough. Oh, wake up, Paul. I'm already awake. This side is obviously gonna get done too, and then that back side as well. But hey, Garfield. After that, we would still have to do the underlayment, the liner, and then paint the trim. And then, of course, you got the filtration, the UV, and outside, being that these are freshwater predatory fish, they like the heated water. We're gonna need a heater, which I already have on that pond. We'll then transfer to this one, just in case these winter days like this right now, that it's 50 degrees, we could turn that heater on. This is that underlayment, though. It already arrived in the mail. Still waiting on the liner, but it's essentially just like a blanket that goes right underneath the liner. And like I said, avoid any piercings to the liner. A little bit more trim. Now it should fit. Woo! And to be honest, I was a little iffy whether I was gonna like this color better than the all black, but I definitely like this color better than the all black, especially because the pool matching. I do think I'm also gonna add some more of these areca palms right here, right like closer to the pond, so double the amount just start growing up and over into the pond, and maybe a big elephant ear. This big old plant, it gets the name because look at the size of those leaves. Wake up, guys, wake up. With all that rain, thankfully, this amount of dirt that we put here kept the pigs all dry the entire time. Look how bad it got over here. Holy smokes. And the sealant goes on. And something really cool about this sealant is that you can tell the difference. It keeps it like where it looks wet, which is awesome. It enhances the colors a lot. It looks way better with the seal on it. And you just look at that. Wow. It looks so good, and that's without the blue liner, without this painted black. You can imagine all the fish in here. I mean, it's only up to here. It's super cool that we could walk up and look into this pond, and we're gonna see all our monsters just hanging out. Definitely need a shade cover because that sun is bright. I've obviously switched up my outfits if this doesn't give me any hints of what next video is. Look at the pond from here. It looks so good. It looks awesome. Inside the building though, holy smokes. What are we doing, Tommy?
We're protecting this little piece of wood you got here.
We're not only protecting that wood, we're about to escape. The next video you watch is gonna be a whole lot of rocking and rolling. I need friends, I really do. I need to get out of my comfort zone. All I do is build ponds, that's it. I build ponds and edit videos. Bumble, I need to get on that.
Yeah.
Tinder, I need to step up my game. The rock is gonna be crazy though, I tell you what. This is gonna be insane. I know, it's crazy. Next video is gonna be epic. Tell them to subscribe. Say subscribe. Dad just spent his life savings on the pond outside. Probably won't even be able to pay Tommy. Tommy, you might have to wait till next month. I'm just kidding. They need to like, subscribe, comment, share it with 55 friends, and then I'll be set. Hector.
Yes, amigo.
What do you think, man? What do you think of this pond?
Looks really good.
What's your favorite one yet or no?
One of the favorites, yeah.
Yeah? You like the window one though?
Oh, yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. Oh, mini Hector. That's why you like that pond the best.
Like the big windows.
Yep. The window is awesome. That pond I think is everybody's favorite, including myself. Anyway, Hector is over here touching up the pond on its final little steps here. Only a couple more smaller rock, and they've literally got to do like precise trimming to get these last little bits done. Excuse the lighting, by the way, too. It's a weird time of day to be filming out here, but this pond is essentially, it's done. I mean, all we got to do is do the underlayment and liner and paint the top wood. We can't paint the top wood because it is PT wood, pressure treated wood, and it rained, so it's still got a little moisture in there. We'd hate to paint it and then the paint doesn't set right. And we built this entire thing in today's video, so make sure you give it a like. High five.
Oh, it looks better to the black one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We were gonna do black, we settled for this one.
Just 3 photos.
I agree. 3 different colors, gray, white, and black. Yeah. We'll see you right back here in the very next video where we're escaping the big pond. Don't miss it. Say peace, Hector.
Say what?
Peace.
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 Bye.